Hi, and welcome back to my channel, where my motto is keep it real. Thanks for joining me. This is the second video in a series of videos I plan on doing regarding customizing a guitar. Now, if you didn't see my first introductory video setting this all up, totally understand, no problem. I'll just give you a quick recap here if you don't want to go back and watch it. So, despite that I don't know what I'm doing, and despite the fact that I have no experience in doing it, meaning customizing or modifying guitars, I'm going to give it a go anyway. But I'm going to chronicle my journey through these series of videos. And I'm going to go ahead and modify a cheap, used Fender Squire Affinity Telecaster. That's what's supposed to be in this box anyway. And we're going to find out today whether that's true or not. Anyway, I hope you'll join me, because what I hope you might do is enjoy my triumphs as I make my way through this journey, but especially my blunders, which there are sure to be many. This video today is going to be focused on the unboxing, as I mentioned, of the supposed Squire Affinity Telecaster. Remains to be seen. Hopefully that's what I have here. And I know, there's been a million videos of guitar unboxings, and I get that. And Telecaster unboxings, a bunch of them. And I've seen a bunch of them. I guess all I can say is now it's my turn to do it. And so it's my turn to have a little fun. Today, however, after I unbox it, I'm just going to give you my initial reaction to what I see and what I feel. And perhaps the first inklings of areas that I may want to focus my modifications on. After today's unboxing, I'm going to spend some time behind the scenes evaluating this guy in detail, and I'm going to put together what I'm going to call a customization roadmap or a modification roadmap, where I'm going to detail out in general order of activity the kinds of customizations I plan on doing to it. So that'll be the next video. Then after that, I'll do a video on its first tone test. I'll basically give it a tune, which I'm sure I'll need a tune, and with the strings it has, and we'll get a bass line. And that's where I'll get all my settings, my audio settings kind of set and documented so that I can replicate those every time when we do tone tests along the way, as hopefully I improve the guitar. But first, let me talk about what some of my expectations are for this guitar before I actually open it up. Given this is a low-end used guitar, I expect it to have issues, and I expect it to be rough around the edges. In fact, it better have issues, and it better be rough around the edges, or I'm going to be kind of disappointed. After all, there's no reason to modify or sink money into a perfectly good guitar. Also, as I look it over today, I realize you're not going to be able to see in detail what I'm seeing up close, but hold your horses on that. I promise in the next video that I'm going to show everything up close, and you'll see what I see and the areas of modifications that I think are going to be primed to do. All right, let's see what we got here. I'll let you see it first. Well, there we go. All right, here we go. First, let's talk about the color. This color is called Lake Placid Blue. I wanted this color. I've been having my eye on this color for this Tele for a long time. I do know the iconic color is what? Butterscotch Vanilla, I think it's called. The iconic one with the black pickguard. And although that's a beautiful guitar and I love it too, There was just something about this blue that I wanted. So let's start by a quick look at the body, and then I'll go back up to the headstock and work my way up, and I'll tell you what I see here. So first of all, it's kind of smudged. I guess no big deal there. I do see a little flaw, maybe not so little, in the paint where there seems to be some streaking kind of between the controls and the bridge. Not sure that's the wood underneath or paint streaking, but you can only really see it in the light, so I think it probably won't be that big a deal. The back, oh, I see the same thing on the back in the same spot, so I think it's probably where some pieces of wood maybe were put together and some grain there. I don't know, something like that anyway. I don't see any particular imperfections on the, otherwise anyway, on the guitar. So again, I love the color, Lake Placid blue. You can't go wrong with this. All right, let's see what we got here at the headstock. All right. First of all, it's designed and backed by Fender, in case nobody knew that. And it's crafted, not made, but it's crafted in Indonesia. I guess there's no shock that it's from Indonesia, although a little of a shock maybe that it's crafted. Oh, I don't know if you can see it, but the logo is pretty nice, really. It's not raised that I can see, but it looks like it's very nice, actually. I'm very happy with it. The tuning pegs, the tuning machine, the pegs here look like, and I read about this, of course, ahead of time, the split tuners. I take it that's kind of a vintage thing. I've also read that some people have been complaining about how poorly they stay in tune, and so there may be some upgrade opportunities there. There's the standard old kind of ugly string tree, of which I've never been a fan. It seems very utilitarian more than anything, and so I think there's some opportunities there. Let's look at the back of the neck here. Boy, if this has a finish on it, it is so little that it almost looks like the bare wood. Again, I know you probably can't see. You'll see later when I do a close-up of it. That might be an opportunity to do something a little better. I think that can be finished better. The fretboard, the fingerboard, is laurel wood, and I am very pleased with the color of this laurel wood, because the pictures I've seen and other guitars I've seen with laurel wood, they seem to be lighter in color. This is very dark. This is almost like rosewood. So I'm very pleased with the color of this fingerboard. Very, very dark and rich. Let's check the frets out. Oh, let's check the nut out. I happen to know it's a plastic nut, so probably plan on replacing that. Well, nothing more needs to be said about that. The strings look, maybe they could be the original strings. If they are, they're gauge 9, and that's what I play too. I will say that they look kind of dull, so it makes me think they may be the originals. The frets are very dull. And again, you'll see that next time close up. Let's see though. Yeah, they're kind of scratchy, probably machined markings are left on those. These frets are going to have to be improved upon for sure. Although it's not a perfect right angle between the neck and the fretboard, there's some slight rolling there, not very much. I think that can be improved upon. I have a Fender Stratocaster that's a Player Plus model, and it has those rolled fingerboards, and I just love that. So I think we're going to be doing something about that. No shock, here, can't talk, fret sprout. I can feel it, and they're very, very, very harsh as I run my hand down here. That's going to have to be fixed. I'm not surprised this cheap of a guitar, number one, and number two, this guitar's been here a couple weeks, acclimating to the Arizona climate, which is very dry, so that wood, no doubt, maybe has been shrinking up a little bit. So that's what I kind of see on the fretboard and the neck. Coming on down, the standard pickups here, single coil pickups. I happen to know these are ceramics. From what I've heard on ceramics, guitars I've heard playing ceramics, not a big fan normally. They seem kind of thin to me. And so that's probably going to be an area ripe for improvement. The bridge is chrome bridge. The looks like it's a body through a string through body kind here. I always love the colors. Looking at the colors behind here with the string through body type. The saddles. They're a little cockeyed, so that's going to have to be looked at. The controls here, let's see here what we have here. Seems okay. That one seems kind of scratchy. I know people, I've seen online, people get very, very picky about their controls and how they feel. I don't think I'm that picky about it, frankly. I can see that this is scratching a little bit as I move it. This seems okay, so I don't think we'll have to worry about that. The Squire logo on the neck plate. Well, looks like the glue was left on here from probably the film, the plastic film that's put on there initially to protect that. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Okay, I think that's about it. If any of you have any reactions to my reactions of this guitar and wouldn't mind posting those in comments, I would love to hear from you. Many of you, I know, undoubtedly have a lot more experience than I do, since I have zero experience. And so if you have any tips or tricks or things for me to be on the watch out for, let me know. All right, hang on tight for the next video, which will be the video after I do a complete detailed evaluation of this and provide you my roadmap about all the customizations I'm going to do for Project Isaac. So I'll see you next time. But in the meantime, as I always like to say on this channel, keep it real.